Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are back. It's been a month or two. We've been having a lot of stuff going on, but we are back with a very, very special guest. I'm so pumped to have this dude on. Power slap, welterweight champion, Anthony Babyface Blackburn. How are we doing, brother?
Doing amazing, bro. Doing amazing.
Dude, thank you. Like I said before, thank you so much for coming on, bro. I am so pumped to have you on, man. And just know more about how you got started in Power Slap, bro.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate you having me on too. It's awesome getting in touch with a lot of different people now and being on a lot of different podcasts lately. It's been keeping me busy. It's really good.
How old are you, Anthony?
33.
You're 30, bro. I thought you were 27, 26.
That's what the baby face comes into play. I got the beard now, but when I shave it off, man, I'm shaving years off. Years.
As we saw before, bro, you're the welterweight champ. That belt is beautiful, by the way. That belt is
Oh yeah.
gorgeous. What's the poundage on that belt over there?
Oh, it's like 9.5, 10 pounds, dude.
Damn, it's solid.
Oh yeah. It's
Bro,
thick.
bro, so let's go ahead and get into how you got that belt, bro. How did you get into Power Slap, bro? And what made you get started in it, man?
So how I got into it was seeing these slap fights on YouTube and little clips here and there, and it just always intrigued me because the MMA, obviously everyone loves MMA, and well, not everybody, but a
Yeah.
lot of motherfuckers do. So I was always interested in like seeing Darius the Destroyer and Wolverine and guys like that competing in slap fight championship. That's when I was like, man, I'd want to try that just to see. I'm that competitive of a person, always have been. So I just wanted to see if I had what it takes. I'd never been in a fight before Power Slap. So I signed up and was like, let's see what the fuck this is about.
Bro, so you've never been in a street fight? You didn't do combat sports or anything before this?
I wrestled football. So, I had some contact. I did extreme sports like skateboarding and BMX. And so I'd taken some spills and like felt some pain, but it ain't nothing like a fight.
Bro, that's crazy, dude, because you were on Power Slap too. So how did
Yeah.
you go from watching the first Power Slap to being like, dude, I think I'm gonna do this? Like, how did it happen?
So when I signed up, it's coming around a year and a half. Well, no, 2 years now.
You're active.
So,
You've been active.
um, I was on a pre-recorded for Power Slap 1. That was my first match. So that wasn't live or anything, and it got released, months later. Power Slap 2, I was a prelim with Cole Young, and that was, having that was a doozy of a fight. And that's when I knew like I can go far in this because me and him had a war, and it
War.
was a lot closer than my first match. And I didn't get as rattled. I went up there really relaxed on my first match. And if you don't brace and like take the hit, you're rattling your brain so hard and they're shutting your lights down. And I basically got knocked out on my feet in my first match, but it was like cruise control, zombie mode, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Yeah.
remember being up there,
Yeah.
but signed up on Facebook. This one day I'm scrolling, right? And I see this ad popped up on Facebook, and I'm just, well, it says, you think you got what it takes? Sign up for Power Slap here. And clicked the button right away. Took like 2.5 minutes. It was just simple information, address, height, weight, any kind of combat sport experience, stuff like that. And then, a little bit why you want to get into this. And then sent it in, made a post on Facebook. Like, I signed up for Power Slap. Let's go. And then a couple weeks later was in contacts for medicals and stuff, and they said you're going to have a match coming up in March, and that's when I went out there to Vegas for my first one.
Who contacted you?
It was her name's Erica. So how it happens is they have like UFC headers on the emails and stuff. So you're like, whoa, I never had anything. This is the coolest email I ever got, you know? So then it's like figuring out where you live for sure and all your sizes for your gear when you do finally get your fight kits and stuff like that. Um, medical information, and then they send you out to these appointments and you get cleared medically to be able to compete. They do MRIs, they do blood work, eye exam,
Oh, damn.
physical, EKG, everything. You know what I'm saying? They make
Damn.
sure you're physically fit to compete at the highest level, and they're making sure that you're not going to get hurt too, at the same time, as best as they can.
Did you
So that's the story of getting into it, kind of.
did you start out at middleweight your first slap event?
Yeah, I signed up originally for middleweight. I was a little bit thicker. Obviously, you've seen this with some of the other competitors. They're losing a lot of weight and looking a lot better just from the lifestyle that their pursuit of greatness and power slap. It's changing people's lives for the better. It's awesome.
When did you meet Dana or Sean or Mick or any one of them?
I met Dana after my first match. He came backstage and was like, because we led the whole event off. There's a pre-recorded event by itself earlier in the day before the live show, and it's like a practice run. So I was leading off the first pre-recorded out of all the power slaps besides the qualifiers in the real OGs before that,
Dang.
So that's when he came back. You guys are warriors. That was awesome. I got a TKO knockout. It was pretty cool. And after that, it's been, you see him here and there after your match, he's doing media and press. So if you don't go to the High Limit Red Rocks or, wherever they're gambling after for the after party, you're going to lose him. He's got too much time tied up and everything else. He's a busy guy.
Yeah. Was your next fight after your debut, was it against Santa Maria?
That was my first one. Santa Maria was the first one.
Dude, that's when I first watched you. That buzzer beater KO was crazy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So you could see I'm up there, kind of there, but I wasn't. I don't remember. I remember. I don't remember, bro.
Bro.
So he hit me. He got a pretty good slap off. He got the first slap, and I was fully prepared and didn't brace at all. Definitely got way better defensive technique now.
Yeah.
And it was a good learning experience having that one. And I didn't get knocked out when I should have been,
Yeah.
So, and that's it's one of the cool things you come to realize is watching the new season and stuff like that. This season 3 of Road to the Title now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these new competitors, that first one's always a surprise.
Yeah.
And you get
slap Jesus on there. You know what I'm saying? It's getting wild.
It's so fun, man. I'm so grateful to be a part of something so new and fresh, and it's exciting. Can't wait to see where it goes.
That's what's crazy, man, because you did this on a Facebook ad, just messing around, just kind of being like, let's see what happens. Dude, 2 years later, you're now the champ. You're the champ, dude. And you've been so active. Your fight against Chris was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Match against KO Chris, bro, was insane.
Yep.
And I kind of felt like they put Chris against Shu to try to get him that rematch against Manny. Because I was like, maybe with that rematch, 1 versus 6, kind of fucked up. But I was like, you never know what's gonna happen in this sport, bro. And then you took the first slap, right?
No, I delivered the first one.
He's talking about his shoes. You're right. You delivered the first slap. After that, were you like, dude, because the adrenaline dumps to me must feel crazy, thinking it's over. I just KO'd him. You're going insane. You're losing your mind. And he gets up.
I was fired up, knock you out of your shoes. Let's go. And when I seen him get up, I was like, all right, this is the moment. Everyone's been waiting for this to see Chris come back, and I knew it was going to be a tank of a hit.
Yeah.
And I stayed on my feet. He hit me real good, man. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He smacked me hard. I'm a fighter, man. When it comes down to it, I'm a dog, and I'm always gonna be putting my chin out there, letting you get the clean hit. I ain't gonna be moving or nothing. But as soon as I take that hit, I'm looking you dead in your eyes, and you better be ready for what's coming next, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, and you pop, man. I don't know if you've gotten your technique's gotten better over the slaps, dude. But
oh yeah,
since that Santa Maria fight, dude, you don't go past the second round no more. Besides Manny, that was a dog fight. But dude, I mean, you're dropping dudes.
Well, so I'm one of the guys that I have a coach that I went to, like, we graduated high school together. We went to middle school together,
Oh, dope,
played sports, had gym class. We hung out a lot. And
dope.
after my first match, I called him. I said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna need a coach, and I want you to coach me because he's a physical trainer kind of guy, sports trainer, has a home gym in his garage, all the weights you could ever want. I
That's
can
sick.
get everything done in my hometown of Wyandotte, where I grew up. So it's like I feel at home when I'm in there, and having someone that grew up with me and is, now on my side supporting and using all his 15 plus years of sports knowledge. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's going to be hard to beat us, man. At this point, now that I'm 2 years into it, it's, you better be a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? You better be the baddest MFer that I've ever seen. And you
Can I?
better clean my clock because I ain't backing down to nobody.
And you got a chin, Anthony. I mean, you
Yeah.
got a dude. You got a effing chin, dude.
Imagine if I kept the pillow on it. You know what I'm saying? I only think, see, now this is the misconception with that too. A lot of people say, the beards help a lot. I don't see it, man. I've seen dudes with big beards get folded. You know, I will say, and there's other instances of this too. Isaiah Quinones on his last match with Wesley Drain,
Hmm.
he freshly shaved and he was getting cut up. He
Ah,
said he'll never make that mistake again. I'm never shaving on fight
ah,
day. And I did it against Andrew Fields. I shaved the morning of, or maybe like the morning before, and I was real fresh shaven, and he cut
ah.
me up bad. So that is one of the things that it helps. It deters some of the showing of the damage. So the judges can't really see if you're getting cut or bleeding because it's not going to happen. The hair is going to stop that.
Yeah.
So in that sense, a beard definitely mitigates some kind of damage and showing damage. Does it help your chin or your mentality in taking the strike? No,
Because the
unless it gives
impact
you that
still
false
sucks.
security.
Yeah, yeah, like you just said, yeah. Because that impact still sucks, bro. I didn't even thought about that, dude. That's such a great point. The beard, it really doesn't like the shot's still gonna hurt, but the effect it shows to the judges and the visual is a game. I never thought about that, man. That is a game changer.
Right. So, and there's obviously scientific fact that beards help,
Yeah.
do that. That's everyone's saying, grow your beard, grow your beard. Well, man, I picked baby face. I'm kind of like, I gotta stick with it now. It's not a problem. I'm in it for the long haul.
Is the town you're from, is it a small town?
Wyandotte, yeah, I would say probably like 30,000.
So what does the town and your family think about all this, bro?
Actually, what's really cool is, how in your hometown there'll be like little placards when you're entering the city, like this person won a state championship this year. I'm trying to get my shit on the polls out there. So we're
Let's
actually,
go.
my coach actually worked for the city, so he knows a lot of people in the, city government. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go to the city hall and meet with the superintendent and see if I can get some plaques up for Power Slap Champ.
Welterweight champ, baby. Show some
Yeah.
respect.
So yeah, it's a really cool town. I mean, it's in the Guinness Book of World Records. I don't know about now anymore, but it's most bars and churches per square mile in a city.
Crazy.
So I mean, we grew up. It was either you're going to church or you're hanging out with dad in the garage working on
Yeah.
the car and drinking
Yeah.
beers, whatever.
What does your family think about it?
They're very supportive, man. Like I have been played sports and everything like that in life. They've always been super supportive in any kind of activities, whether it be, you know, kendama. You see my little wooden skill toy I mess with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They've always, if I ask for some stuff for Christmas, oh, grab me that, grab me that. They'll get me some kendamas and stuff. So they've all, whatever it is, they've always been super supportive. This is on a whole nother level now. Like my
Yeah.
dad's been trying to get me on Fox 2 News because he works downtown Detroit at the jail and stuff. Like he's hitting people up trying to get me out there. It's just kind of hard right now because everyone's kind of new to it. It's so new
Yeah.
that people
It's
are
so
just
new. But dude, like watching your Power Slap 2 event, watching the arena, the event and everything, to watching the Manny fight. Dude, it's
yeah,
packed
dude.
in there. You got Travis Scott's there, Tom Brady's there, Sean Strickland's there. I mean, dude, what's that like? And were you the co-main or were you the main?
We were the co-main. It was the Crazy
Co-main.
Hawaiian and Danny Van Heerden on the main event, that one. So
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the bigger guys are gonna get the mains.
Yeah.
I'll get one eventually.
Yeah. And dude, that's what I
But
thought coming into this. I thought I was like, I'm more excited to see these heavyweights slap.
right, because
Not a
they
lot of
hit way
KOs.
harder than
Oh, dude. Middleweight and light heavyweight is when motherfuckers go to sleep, dude.
Yeah. That's when you start getting some actual weight. I've thought about it a lot too. We are at a lighter weight. That's kind of why I'm hitting the gym to see if I can gain some mass and have some, because I try to break this down as like scientific as I can. So if I add weight to my arm, it's going to be heavier. If I
Hmm.
throw it faster, I'm going to be hitting harder. It's just mathing.
Yeah.
So, being a welterweight, we're at the point physically as humans, you have to be hitting someone really, really hard to knock them out when they got a chin and the mentality of, I want to win this belt. It's it's a different feeling. Like when I'm up there, you basically better murder me. Like you better murder me with a slap. I better be schnozzing hard because I don't plan on going to sleep.
Speaking of that, who's the hardest person that you have felt slapped you? Maybe not the hardest, but somebody you're like, I would want to get hit by this motherfucker again.
Oh, someone I wouldn't want to get hit by?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, so like if I would have went 5 rounds with Chris, since he wobbled me on that first one, that might have been real rough.
Yeah.
You never know. That might have been like that case of all right, that first one surprises you type deal. I
Yeah.
could have been good for the rest of the 4 rounds if it went that far or 3. But I mean, for me, it's more mentality. If
Yeah.
you're thinking or worried or up there shaking in your boots and you already lost, man. You know, when it comes down to it, this is more mental than physical, I think.
Really is. 'Cause that's what I want to talk about with the Manny fight. Because that was 5 rounds of two dudes who do not want to lose. Like, I mean, it was a war. I mean, it was a war.
Yeah.
Bisping loves you, by the way. Have you met him?
Yeah.
Dude,
We
he
do
loves you.
interviews and stuff every time we go out there for an event. And now I'm on this is going to be this 5th fight that we've had. Now they got a whole note sheet and stuff when you talk to these guys for the interview, and they're kind of getting your backstory. They learn a little bit more about you each and every time. So it's better each and every time you get out there.
Dude, that's so badass, dude. When the Manny fight ended, I saw you kind of just pointing towards him. You kind of thought it was over. Bisping had you winning the fight like I did. What was your thoughts, dude, when they said Anthony, Babyface, Blackburn, and New?
So, I mean, in my experience in like UFC and other boxing and stuff like that, when you're challenging for a belt, you really got to like beat them, decisively.
Yes.
I didn't think it was very decisive in my favor. If anything, it was dead even
Yeah.
because, he wobbled me a little bit on the last one or two, and I was hitting him real good on the first 3. He, dude's got a chin, there's not much you can say else. Dude's got heart and he's got a chin.
And then another reason people might think so is because what is it? Is it your right eye?
Yeah, so my left eye it's got like a blocked tear duct or something. You can see it's a little bit puffy
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm like really tired, it's more pronounced and stuff like that. If
Hmm.
I get good sleep and stuff, it's better. Um, but yeah, that's another one where it's like if the judges don't know me and I showed up like this, already having a black eye, you're already coming in with damage. You're like kind of handicapped, right?
Yeah.
So I've always thought that too is like shoot, I'm getting the short end of the stick with that one. I can't really help it unless I get like corrective surgery, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really worried
Yeah.
about it. It's my life. I've had it my whole life. It's kind of part of me now.
Yeah. That's another thing too, dude. I mean, this is the worst sport to want to cut weight in. I mean, you kind of gotta have to fight at what you're weighing at.
And people are learning that. Like Chris, he's saying I'm never going to cut weight again because it's 2 losses in a row. He's not trying to have the same outcome, so he definitely has to change something.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Seeing him at
You're muted real quick. There we go. We're back. We're back. We're back.
yeah, buddy's trying to ring in. Sorry.
That boy's popular. It's Power Slap Champ over here, baby.
He's just getting off work, so he's like, "Oh, you know what's happening? It's Wyandott's citywide garage sale this weekend, so I'm about to go Gary V it after we get off here. I'm looking for Pokemon cards. I'm looking for coins. Nah, I'm just gonna check it out though. See what I can find.
Oh, take the bell with you, bro. Get some discounts
On
on it,
God, I
man.
was thinking about getting discounts, just showing up with it on my waist, like, "What's up?"
That thing's beautiful. Another thing I want to know too, Anthony, what makes you always want to go on the first slap?
Oh, on one, right on one. All right, so here's my thinking behind that. It's just very simple. If you were to be in an altercation with somebody and you had to hit them as hard as you can, are you going to sit there and measure? Like, no, you're going to hit them as hard as you can. Now, have I practiced the other windups? Not that often. I really stay real true to the right on one. I practice right on ones all the time. I think the last time I threw a actual different measure was a couple training camps ago. So
Yeah.
just to see what it was like. Now other people are starting to come over to the dark side. The right on one's starting to build up a little bit. I
I
like it.
love it. I love the on one. I think it gives them less chance to like get ready for it, two, and then buy. I think it's just measure, fucking boom.
Boom!
There's
Right.
no
And
fucking. It's just it's there.
so far from all the other slappers, uh strikers, sorry.
Yeah,
From all
yeah.
the other strikers, they're saying that from their experience, they like it a lot. They're ripping some good strikes with it. So if that becomes a mainstay, then it means I've been doing something right since the get-go, And that's another reason why I've been doing the same thing for a year and a half, 2 years now. That it's gonna be hard once I really get honed in on the best slap that I can produce, because
Yeah.
I'm still working towards that. Every time I'm getting better and better and better. This time, this next match ain't gonna be any different.
Can we talk, dude? Your energy and entertainment too up there. I don't think a lot of these people get that, dude. You gotta, dude. Your energy up there is insane. The entertainment is insane. The way you talk shit up there is hilarious. I don't think a lot of these guys get that, bro. Like, show your personality. You're out here, like, you got 2 or 3 slaps to show everybody who you are, and then you might not fight again for 2 months. Like,
It's real literal 15 minutes of fame out there.
literal, bro.
You gotta put it all out. You can't, that saying, you leave it all out there. That's what you got to do. That's what Ryan Phillips, he was my first coach in Power Slap, and he's been a veteran from day one. And I kind of looked up to him big time, and he said, you only get so much time. You got to let them know who you are, stand out, and do something different. Be you, but do something different. And I have always been a pretty intense competitor, so I feel like just running that, I'm right in my comfort zone. I ain't doing nothing crazy. Feels perfectly normal. It ain't forced. So I'm just being me up there, and it's working out really good. And it's fun, dude.
Yeah,
It's really
literally.
fun being up there and doing that.
Y'all be making me jealous. How much fun y'all are having up there sometimes. And
It's
Ryan's a great coach to have for that. I've had him on the podcast 2 or 3 times. I love Ryan, dude. He's entertainment. He's hilarious from the walkout till he leaves. It's entertainment. That's a great
hmm
guy to give you that type of advice.
Oh yeah, dude, solid veteran to have on your side. I'm actually trying to go meet up with him on Wednesday, watch some power slap, get some sushi.
Oh, damn, because he's in Cleveland. Y'all are kind of near each other.
Yeah, he's about 3 hours drive.
Oh, dude, that's not bad at all. Because I saw you had Vern Cathy as a coach, and I was gonna ask. You went from Ryan Phillips to Vern Cathy. What's the difference in them two guys?
And I've had Manny coach me.
Oh,
Manny
and
coached
you
me
did
against
have
Drew.
Manny coach you.
Yeah,
What the fuck, Anthony?
against KO Chris. KO Chris was the other coach.
Oh, that's
So he's sitting
great.
there studying my shit and
That's
watching what he's gonna get in the future. So it was Manny. It's like,
that's
but
great.
that's another cool aspect of the sport is, seeing some of these veterans that get into this coaching role and seeing how they impact the whole show. Like Turpin, he makes the whole experience way different. You know, he's a huge additive to the whole experience, just his personality, So I can't wait for the opportunity to get in that kind of coaching role and see what I got, see what I bring to the table in that aspect. It's going to be fun.
Dude, I've been watching him on Road to the Title, season 3. Dude,
Guy's
it's
an animal.
been hilarious watching him coach these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I would love him as a coach, man. Because who's the 155 champ? The other
They don't.
coach?
It's no champ right now. There's open belt.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's vacant right now.
So what they're doing is this Road to the Title season 3 is a lightweight tournament. So it's lightweight base, so they can stack that division up with some competition,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully, they give Robert Trujillo and whoever
Trujillo.
is going to be the other contender, they'll go at it for the belt.
Have you ever thought
'Cause He's
about my bad, what were you saying?
he's already like proved himself multiple times. So they got to really find someone that really stands out and set it up.
Have you have you ever thought about the double champ status? I know it's super early, but I mean nobody's thought about Power Slap double champ yet. I mean, you could do
Oh
it. You
yeah,
fought at middleweight before.
I mean they that middleweight match was the most out of shape I've been since I started, and I was still a little light. I wasn't even 185. I was like 178 when we
Yeah.
weighed in for that one. So I was in the middle. I signed up for middleweight thinking, I was like 200 pounds when I signed up for it. I was lifting a whole bunch of pipe and stuff like that, thread and pipe and
Hmm.
carrying material out to jobs, whatever. So I had some muscle on me and definitely a little bit more fat. But now that I'm in the swing of this and like really taking care of myself, eating a lot healthier, I don't have to worry as much as like there ain't really a weight cut for me. I don't have to worry about that. I'm stout at 170. I probably could cut a lot of water and get down to 55, but I'd be
Yeah.
nah. That's a
Nah.
real big 55 that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I'd much rather go up, but then you go up and you're facing guys like Isaiah Quinones, John Davis. Them dudes are 205, 210 pounds, big. There ain't no way I'm going to go up there and be able to compete just because of my size. So I'd have to like put on some serious size, and I don't think I could do that at this age.
Yeah.
I'd have to like it'd have to be like all right, give me a year off and I'll add 15 pounds of muscle on and see what we can do. And I don't think that'd be enough.
And then I got a couple more questions for you, Anthony, before I let you go, bro.
Yeah.
One, I want to know, is there any way to practice technique of getting slapped, or is there anything that helped you to like kind of face that fear or kind of, or is it just it's just whoever, you just got the mentality?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of the guys, they might, mess around with their friends. I done it. Yeah, but it's not like a every day. You're not taking strikes. You don't want to do that.
No.
No one wants to do that. I'm
Mm-mm.
sure people love sparring, but it's not like a full on fight. You're not really prepared for what's actually coming. That there's nothing like receiving someone's haymaker, and you just gotta You just gotta stand there. That's literally it's the hardest somebody can almost
With
hit
your
you
hands
without.
behind your back too, like
Right. I
holding a
mean,
stick behind your back.
so without the like, if you could actually pivot your feet and step into it, like
Oh,
that's
oh,
where it gets dangerous, and you start getting people actually hurt, breaking
yeah,
bones in the face, and that's what is not going to happen. That's why the rules are in place. They want this to be as safe and as competitive as possible. That's why they researched this and had the qualifier matches, and the rules change constantly, you know, within scope. They're still in the same outline, but they change a little bit of tweaking here and there all the time. They're
yeah, man.
constantly trying to get it better.
Yeah, man. At first, I didn't know how I felt about the pivot. Like, the first time they came out with it, because there was a lot of fouls and the clubbing and everything. But like you said, man, if they allowed even just one pivot, just a right leg pivot, the amount of extra torque you could give in that is insane.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. That's exactly why a lot of the guys that come over from different combat sports are having a little bit more trouble than someone like me who's never trained in any combat sport. I've only trained in power slap.
Hmm.
So I'm having a little bit better luck. My feet are glued. I haven't had a problem at all. I haven't thrown a haven't thrown a foul yet, knock on wood, but it really shows that if you're disciplined in something else, it's hard to transfer that over. It's a whole new rule set. You got to basically forget all that. Forget all your boxing and striking, Muay Thai. You got to practice power slap now, and it's way different.
And I'm surprised there's not much more flinching than there is. You might see one or two flinches an event with 7, 8 fights. Dude, I couldn't help myself.
Well, I wouldn't want to get caught flinching either. 'Cause then you got to take another one.
That two for flinching rule is hilarious. The
Yeah.
two for flinching is so funny.
That's why that's why I think there's a lot less flinching
Yeah.
called than there actually is this season, in my opinion. But these are also new competitors, so they might tell them to, hey, be a little more lenient on these guys when you're judging them, because it's
Mhm.
not like it's a live card or in front of a live audience. Yeah, they're on TV, but they definitely give them a little benefit of the doubt. You guys are new. We'll give you a little lax.
Anthony, I got one last question before I get you out of here, bro. I really appreciate you coming on, man, for real. I would love to have you back on before you do your next event, and that's where this next question is leading. Who is next for Anthony Blackburn, and when do you think you compete again, brother?
I really don't know. Um, Obviously, there's people say run it back because it was so close. Um, there's really not anybody else in the division that's put together decisive wins that's like next in line for a contender spot. Jules Scott, he's got a few DQ wins.
Yeah.
I don't know if he really is happy with Power Slap, but
Yeah, yeah.
I could see him after a decisive win, or if there's like a contender match between him and Manny, the winner of that, something like that. But hopefully, before the end of the year.
Yeah. Anthony, I hope you fight for the end of the year, bro. You always put on great shows, dude. You are legit the man. I hope you are the welterweight champ for many years to come, bro. Let's see that double champ status. Before I get you out of here, Anthony, tell the people where they can find you and if there's any last words for the champ.
All right. You can all follow me, Anthony Blackburn on Facebook, Babyface Power Slap on the Instagram. Uh, stay tuned on my socials. I'm constantly doing all kinds of podcasts. I got friends here in Michigan we're doing stuff with. Got stuff coming out in the future. So I appreciate all the fans, having your guys' support, having people like you to have us on and tell our story. Much appreciated, man.
Brother, I promise I appreciate you coming on more than you know. You are the fucking man, Anthony Babyface Blackburn, folks. Give this man a follow. The fucking power slap welterweight champ for many years to come, baby.
Woo!
We're out.
Yeah, baby.